The Dark Flames event is starting around the world in Pokemon Go, and with it comes new Pokemon, new shinies, and more. So let's run through all the tips and tricks you need to know for this event. So this event's going to be pretty short, June 29th at 10 a.m. to July 2nd at 8 p.m. all local time. Bonus during the event, you'll have 25 more XP for completing raids, 3 extra candies, and 1 extra XL candy when completing a raid. And Team Go Rocket Grunts are going to have more fire and dark type Pokemon, so the fire and dark type grunt will be more common. Specifically, the fire grunt, which is more common, will have potentials for Shadow Torchic, Shadow Numel, and Shadow Vulpix, and the dark grunt giving you Shadow Alolan Grimer or Shadow Alolan Rattata. Wild spawns during the event, we are going to have Vulpix, Houndour, Poochyena, Galarian Zigzagoon, Carvanha, Numel, Skunky, Litwick, Litten, and rare spawns for Houndoom and Sableye. 1-star raids during the event are going to be Sneasel, Darumaka, Scraggy, and Dino. 3-star raids will be Alolan Marowak, Flareon, Umbreon, and Turtonator. 5-star raids will be Heatran with the new legacy move Magma Storm, which we will get into later. And Mega raids will be the new Mega Sableye, my favorite Mega Pokemon. You can probably tell by this really dark Mega Sableye picture. Now we also have some exclusive research going down during the event. Starting with the field research task, we're going to have the task catch 5 fire type Pokemon for either a Magmar or a Litwick, catch 5 dark type Pokemon for an Alolan Meowth or an Alolan Grimer, win a raid in under 60 seconds for an Alolan Marowak or a Sneasel. That's the first time we've seen that task, and win 3 raids for a Turtonator. We knew this was going to be a raid task, so you have to pay no matter what to get a lot of Turtonators. That's catch 5 dark type Pokemon task with the Alolan Meowth, by the way. Alolan Meowth gets you more stars every time you catch it, so make sure you go ahead and run from those tasks, stack them for 3 times catch stars community days. There's going to be a collection challenge you can check out on screen. You got to catch all the fire or all the dark type Pokemon and make a couple evolutions to get 100 Mega Houndoom energy and 5,000 XP each. And finally, a timed research task you can go ahead and complete. The first page on screen going to be very simple, and you're going to have the option for the dark path or the fire path. Depending on what path you choose, you're going to see more dark or fire type Pokemon spawn from incense. On screen though, you can check out the fire path. Doesn't seem too bad. You get some Houndoom, you get a little Marowak, some Darumaka, a raid pass, and the dark path on screen, nothing too different except the Pokemon encounters, I believe. Let me know what path you're going to be choosing, but that's all the research for the event. With the event details out of the way, let's get right into the tips and tricks, starting with what are the best wild spawns to go after in the wild during this event. Starting with Vulpix, which evolves into Ninetales. Ninetales is a pretty good Great League Pokemon. It's had pretty good showings in some Pokemon Go regionals, and definitely one you want on your roster. You can also grind candies and XL candies for Alolan Ninetales, which is good in the Great League and the Ultra League. Then a Houndour, which evolves into Houndoom. Houndoom, of course, having a Mega Houndoom as a potential Pokemon to get a good IV4 during this event. Next up, Galarian Zigzagoon, which evolves into Obstagoon. Obstagoon, a very good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon in the meta right now, a very strong core breaker. Definitely worth grabbing if you missed the community day. Carvanha's in there, which evolves into Sharpedo. Sharpedo does have a Mega form in the future. We haven't seen Carvanha in the wild in a while. Numel in there, which evolves into Camerupt. Camerupt also does have a Mega form in the future if that ever does come. We have Stunky, which evolves into Skunktank. Skunktank, a very good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, specifically for limited metas. Litwick's also in there, which evolves into Chandelure. Chandelure being one of the best Ghost and Fire type raid attackers in the game, and will get even better in the future with some move updates. Houndoom is in there as well, which Houndoom is a stage 1 Pokemon, getting you 300 stars every time you catch it, so catch those Houndooms, and obviously for the good IVs, Mega Houndoom, which we already talked about. Finally, Sableye spawning in the wild, which does get you 750 stars every time you catch it, so catch those Sableyes in the wild and get extra Stardust. Also good to get candies and XL candies for Mega Sableye, which is coming during this event, and also Sableye, but a purified form of a Shadow Sableye is good in the Great League, so you can get candies and XLs through the wild ones. With the spawns out of the way, let's get right into the best raids going down during this event, starting with the 1-star raids. Sneasel's in there, which evolves into Weavile. Weavile and Shadow Weavile, one of the best ice and dark type raid attackers in the game, although for dark, it was just recently outclassed by Shadow Tyranitar. Darumaka's in there, which evolves into Darmanitan, a pretty good fire type raid attacker in the game right now. Also, Galarian Darmanitan, you can grind candies for, which is one of the best ice type raid attackers in the game right now. We have Scraggy in there, which evolves into Scrafty, a good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon. Although you won't get the PvP IVs you want for this Pokemon through raids, you can still grind candies for it through the 1-stars. Finally, Dino's in the 1-stars, which evolves into Hydreigon. Hydreigon, one of the best dark type raid attackers in the game right now, recently outclassed by Tyranitar, but still a very strong Pokemon, and its shadow form will be a beast. Also, Zweilous, the middle stage of Dino, is going to be a good Great League Pokemon, and specifically for limited metas. In the 3-star raids, we have a Alolan Marowak, which is a decent Great League Pokemon, although the meta is not great for it right now. Great to get it if you don't have it. We also have Umbreon in there, which is a good Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, so you can grind some EV candies to the raids if you'd like, and also go for that 100% IV Umbreon for the Ultra League. Finally, Turtonator in there, which is the new Pokemon during this event. Unfortunately, Turtonator not going to be that great, ranked 341 in the Great League, and ranked 293 in the Ultra League, and not going to be good as a fire or a dragon type raid attacker in raids. However, in the future, if this Pokemon does get a move update, it could make a little bit of waves in some sort of limited Great League or Ultra League meta, or maybe with the proper move update could become decent. In the 5-star raids, we have Heatran with the new legacy move Magma Storm. Now, Magma Storm is actually going to make Heatran the number 6 overall not including Mega's fire type raid attacker in the game. So not a bad raid attacker now if you get a couple decent Heatrans. Although there's a lot of better shadows and Reshiram itself with fusion flare is just way better, still not bad. Also in the Mashley, Heatran will get a big buff to rank 54 with Magma Storm. Unfortunately, Heatran still lacks a decent fast move and won't be able to be too strong, although it will beat a decent amount of Pokemon. It's kind of going to be on the edge of the meta, I'd like to say. Overall, Magma Storm is still a good move to grab on Heatran, and with the proper move update, we could see Heatran being a pretty big core breaker in the Master League, and you can probably avoid it for the Ultra League. Finally, in Mega Raids, we have Mega Sableye. Unfortunately, Mega Sableye right now has no meta use because its max CP is like 2,200, so you can't use it for raids, and you cannot use Megas in the Great League or the Ultra League yet, but if you can, Mega Sableye will be decent there. So for now, just get some Mega Sableye energy if you'd like, and wait for the potential for Megas in the Great League and the Ultra League. Now, you're going to want a lot of candies for all these Pokemon I just talked about that are meta relevant, so let's go through the best ways to grind candy during this event. First of all, using Pineapple Berries, regular Pineapple Berries will multiply your catch game by 2, and Silvers by 2.34. Next, you can Mega Evolve. If you don't know when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon, any Pokemon you catch that shares a type with that Mega, you will get extra candies, extra XL candies, and extra XP depending on the level of that Mega. And there's one specific Mega you want to Mega Evolve during this event. Gonna be clear, Mega Houndoom. Mega Houndoom being a Dark and Fire type Pokemon, and the name of the event, the Dark Flames event, hits almost every single, or I believe every single Pokemon in raids, in the wild, in research during this event to get extra XL candies for. So make sure you have a Mega Houndoom Mega Evolved 24/7 during this event. Always should be Mega Evolved, so you're getting extra candies, extra XL candies, and extra XP for every catch you make. If you want more candies, you can also trade, because it is the season of hidden gems, which means every time you trade away a Pokemon, you'll get +2 regular candies as well as 1 guaranteed XL candy. So any of those meta relevant Pokemon we talked about, for example, Darumaka from the raids, Houndoom, Carvanha, Litwick, that need XL candies, you can go ahead and save and then trade with a friend, and you'll get 1 XL candy every time you trade one away. Trade away 100 Carvanhas, that's 100 Carvanha XL candies to put towards a Mega Sharpedo in the future. Finally, you can go ahead and transfer Pokemon during the next double transfer candy spotlight hour, which is going to be on July 25th from 6 to 7 p.m. It will be Yungoos Spotlight Hour. Go ahead and save all your Pokemon to transfer during that spotlight hour to get extra candies for those Pokemon. Finally, let's talk about some Platinum Medal tips. You need 35 Platinum Medal score from level 48 to 49 in Pokemon Go. Which one should you be grinding during this event? Of course, it being the Dark event, the Delinquent Medal catch 2,500 Dark type Pokemon, as well as the Kindler Medal catch 2,500 Fire type Pokemon. They're going to be everywhere during this event, so if you haven't completed these medals, got them at least 2,500, do that. Also, we have a bunch of different raids and a bunch of different raid bonuses going down. So the Rising Star Medal, defeat 150 species of Pokemon in raids, is a great medal to work on. There's going to be a bunch of new Pokemon in raids, especially that new Turtonator, so make sure you raid at least each Pokemon once with your free pass or a paid pass to get a point towards this Rising Star and get 150 species on the board. Mega Sableye is also a Mega that only costs 100 Mega Energy to Mega Evolve. So the successor medal, Mega Evolve Pokemon 1,000 times, is a great medal to work on. Why is that? Well, you can do maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 Mega Sableye raids, and then you can just go ahead and Mega Evolve a Sableye back and forth and just spam those Megas to get points towards these medals. Since it only costs 100 Mega Energy initially, it'll be even less the second time you Mega Evolve it, and less the more you Mega Evolve it, allowing you to just quickly grind this medal if you want to. Finally, the Purifier medal, purify 1,000 Shadow Pokemon. Those Dark Grunts are going to be more common at Pokestops, in which Dark Grunts can get you a Shadow Alolan Rattata, which only costs 1,000 stars to purify. So if you see a Dark Grunt, it's definitely worth going ahead and taking it down. If you see a Alolan Rattata, you can catch it and then purify it for super cheap, only 1,000 Stardust to get points towards this medal. With that being said, that is my tips for the Dark Flames event. It's a pretty straightforward event with wild spawns, research, and raids, and just a bunch of Dark and Fire type Pokemon. So make sure you go ahead and take advantage of this short little sweet event in Pokemon Go, and comment below any tips I might have missed. Follow for more tips. Peace.